Hey guys, how you doing? I just thought I would ramble a bit today while I'm carving out my masks. Basically, I'm just taking a pencil now and tracing a pattern on the face that I like. Been looking at some really old traditional Norwegian wood carvings from like their churches and stuff that are like ancient, and they're really mysterious and cool looking. So I thought I would take some of their carvings and then translate them onto these faces. Once I've drawn them, I'm going to use this tool here, which is basically like an engraving tool, and then just basically carve out the patterns and do it before the clay is super hard, otherwise it just breaks and chips off. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I wanted to talk about a dream I had last night, and I don't normally remember my dreams, but it was so vivid and clear that there has to be a message in it. Basically what happened was I was an artist, a painter, in the 1950s in America. Basically when, you know, Jackson Pollock, Lee Krasner, Peggy Guggenheim. I mean, I'm really interested in that period of history and art anyway. But I had my own studio apartment and it was filled with art. All of my art, drawings, paintings, everything. And I was working on a new series, and basically it's a series that I'm working on now with all the birds and the wings and you know, Mona and everything. And all of a sudden this art critic appeared. He was a big man, and I could tell he was really influential and important in the art world, and he could either make or break you from the feeling that I got from him. And he was walking around my apartment with great authority, looking at work, and he was just saying, amazing. And then all of a sudden he saw, I had this beautiful big wooden table, and on it was a single green balloon blown up with a face drawn with a red Nico, but a very simple face, you know, like 2 dots and a mouth. Something you do at a children's party or something like that. And he was captivated by this green balloon, and he went over to it and went, how much? And I just froze. And I remember thinking, so you don't care about any of my other work that I've poured my heart and soul into, but you care about this green balloon with this face drawn on it? And that's what I was thinking. And then I just said to him, 500 American dollars. And he said, what? And I just remember thinking, 500 American dollars. And he said, I'll take it. And he did. And then he vanished and everything vanished. And then I just remember thinking, wow, he wanted the most simplest thing that I made. And I've been thinking about it ever since I woke up, and I've been thinking, what does that mean? I mean, I'm not very good at interpreting dreams, and if anyone knows what it could possibly mean, then give me a shout. Is it saying that the simple things in life are the best, or, you know, simple things in life are free, or, yeah, well, it wasn't for free, it was $500, but are we attracted to the more simple things, and we should try and keep it simple? I don't know, should I keep my art more simple than what I'm doing? I don't know. So that's my dream. So far this is the little design that I've drawn on the face, and I want to keep it fairly simple. I don't want to make it too complex. Well, not for this one anyway, so I'm sure I'm going to make more of them complex. But when I fire the clay, this is beautiful clay. It's really fine. It's almost like fine as porcelain clay, but it's not. But it fires and it goes like a brown, whitey brown sort of finish when it's fired. I'm not going to put any glazes on it, I don't think. I quite like the rawness of it. This one was the one that I just carved freehand. Which I quite like. And this was the first one. Looks very worried. But I was basing it on you know, those water fountains with the faces, and then you have like this pipe coming out with water, and eventually I might keep it for something like that. But yeah, I also wanted to talk about, while I've got yous here, I mentioned this artist Michael Dumang yesterday, and what I wanted to talk about was his 3D sculptures. Now, being on the farm, we have lots of old stuff lying around, so I mean, I've got no excuse not to make something. And what I thought about was, I have this clock, and I've had it, I bought it in London. Well, I bought it in London last year, and it's got all these carvings on it and stuff. And I've just taken the clock, like it's sat like that inside with the glass on it, so I've taken it apart because I actually want to turn it into a 3D sculpture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve a new face, and just have the face, the round minus this hair, just the actual round face, sitting inside just to fit this perfectly to start with. And then I thought that I would hang this from the bottom of it, and then start to build up stuff on the outside of it. So that's one idea that I have got going. I also found this really old clock, well, what's left of it, and it's got all these cogs and lots of, you know, wheels and stuff, and it's really cool. So I'm actually going to turn it into a wall sculpture, because it's really interesting, and I thought I'd love to try and make a heart of something and put this heart inside here, like it's like this heart's in the middle of all of this mechanical stuff. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to work out. It's not an easy process, but it's quite interesting. Tiles, well, coming along. I stuck paper down onto them and started working up a pattern. So they're coming along as well. And my Moody dolls, they're coming along pretty cool. I actually really love the colours and the textures on this one. I'm really happy with it. So it's a slow process, so I'm making sure each layer dries properly before I work on the next one. They're so much fun to work with. It's nice to work on a different surface. I mean, they're vinyl, so I mean, I recommend trying them out at some stage just for something different. I mean, they're great for kids to draw on and have fun with, and they're good for high school students as well. They can customise them. But I've ordered 5 just to play around with, because I'm thinking of ordering a bunch for this for these teachers that I'm going to instruct next year. I'm taking a workshop with 20 art teachers, and I'm thinking I might order one each for them so they can play around with it, because it's a different surface, and I want people to realise that you don't always have to work flat 2D surface. You can actually work on something like a 3D surface.